Welcome back. The curry 30-minute series wouldn't be complete if I never cooked a chicken korma. Now I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but there are literally millions of people around the world that love a chicken korma. I was raised on chicken korma, dipping lovely chunky chips in it with some rice, so we went 50-50. And also, do you remember those kormas that you could buy, like a boil in the bag? There was Vesta and there was Bird's Eye. But nonetheless, chicken korma is a curry that usually we're raised on when we're kids. So today we're going to cook one that's a British Indian restaurant style, and it is stupidly easy. You'd be silly not to do this curry, even just to try it out. So let me start with all the ingredients. So first of all, what we've done, in keeping with the rest of the series, I've got 600 grams of boiled blended onions. So all you need to do is peel your onions, cut crosses in them so the water can penetrate, and then just boil them for 10 minutes or so, a little longer if you've got the time. When they're boiled, you drain and keep the onion water, because we're going to be using some of this, and blend the onions, and that is going to be our curry base, just like you'll get at the heart of Indian restaurant base gravy. So once you've done that, we want 150 ml of oil, and here I've got 4 tablespoons of almond powder. Almond powder is literally just crushed down almonds and made into a powder. Right, the spices, we've got a tablespoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of best quality garam masala, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and here we have 2.5 tablespoons of mixed powder. Now do remember, mixed powder's got quite a lot of spices in it. So it's got your cumin, your coriander, it's got a little bit of chilli in there, it's got turmeric as well, and there's some other things. So that's where all the spices are. And here we have 3 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste. I'm using the frozen blocks. Right, the chicken, on this curry, we're not going to be doing chicken thighs as we have done in previous 30-minute curries. We are going to go back to chicken breast. I just think that chunky breast cubes is more suitable for eating a korma. We've got 1 tin of full fat coconut milk. There's 400 ml in that. And we're going to be using around 200 ml of single cream and 2 tablespoons of natural yogurt. Well, what am I drinking? I'm drinking Carlsberg Export. I'm a little bit under the weather and I'm really struggling to get through this video because I think I've got the very start of a cold or flu. Don't worry, we're going to get through this together and this will help out. Please, when you do the onions, weigh them. So get a nice pair of weighing scales that are very accurate. If you want to buy these pair, I'll leave the link in the description below. These are brand new. They do micro weighing and also regular weighing. And what's great about them is that when you weigh on this side, it doesn't obscure the view of the digital dial like my old pair used to. So you can stick your bowl on here, weigh it, and you can see it to the side. This ain't QVC, so we're going to get on with the curry. Oh yeah, and before I finish, a very small piece of cinnamon. So let's start. Right, so fire up the gas. Right, we're going to warm the oil through first. That shouldn't take long at all. And a non-stick pot is best for these curries because unlike BIR, where you know you're only going to be cooking them for around 10 minutes maximum as an individual portion, we're going to be cooking this for 30 minutes. And I'd hate for you to be cooking this in an aluminium pan of some sort and it starts to stick and catches on the bottom. So this is why I advise that for this one, this style of curry, the 30-minute series, you basically use something that's really good non-stick. This is die-cast aluminium with a triple layered non-stick coating. Again, I'll leave the description in the box below. I would recommend getting the 32 centimetre one, which basically can be used on gas, electric, induction and halogen. If you go for the very large one like I've got, 36 centimetres, it works on all of them except induction. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, throw in the cinnamon. Just infuse the cinnamon into the oil and we're going to cook the onions for 10 minutes, but on 8 minutes we're going to add the ginger and garlic paste. I think for those of you at home that have been doing these curries, you can now kind of do them with your eyes closed. The method is so simple. Lots of people are saying they just can't believe that they can cook curries now and that they're so nice. Right, so I'm going to cook this down for 8 minutes and then add the ginger garlic. So I'll be back in 8. Right, so that's the first 8 minutes done. Now we go in with the ginger and garlic paste. Right, so give that a good mix through. Just for 2 minutes. And once the 2 minutes is up, then we're ready to do our curry paste. So that's what's easy about these curries. You make a curry paste first, and then everything blossoms from that. Before I wrote this recipe, I was going to go with coconut milk powder, which is what's used in Indian restaurants. But I just thought to myself, most people are going to find that hard to get. To make it simple, I've just gone with a tin of coconut milk. The milk powder is basically dried coconut milk, like, you know, the dried out milk. Do not use desiccated coconut. Desiccated coconut is the flesh of the coconut, which doesn't dissolve, unlike the coconut milk powder. Doesn't dissolve. In actual fact, it's very gritty. So if anybody says to you put desiccated coconut in your korma, laugh at them first and then throw a coconut at them. Otherwise you're just going to get a bit of a grit in your curry. Right, keep an eye on it at all times, make sure that it's cooking out nicely. So what we've done now, obviously we've pre-boiled the onions, so there is relative sweetness in them, taking out that bitter taste, but we've been cooking them and sweetening them even further, which is a key to cooking Indian restaurant curries, getting the onions nice and sweet. Well, once that's done, we're going to turn the gas low or off, because then we're going to make the paste. Right, so let's go in with the lovely turmeric. It's going to give us a nice yellow tone that you're familiar with a korma. We're going to go in with our mixed powder or our mild curry powder. That's going in. And then we're going to put in the garam masala, just a tiny amount of garam masala, those woody spices, and the almond powder. Now this is going to be a dry paste to start with. I'll mix that all through the onions. It's like making a curry roux. You know when you make like bechamel sauce, you make that roux, and that's what we're kind of doing with this. So mix that all nice and thoroughly. Right, unlike our previous curries, where we would now go in with the chicken, we're not, because we're using breast. And if we cook the breast for 20 minutes, because we've got 20 minutes remaining of cooking time, it's probably going to be a bit too tough. We're going to go in with 200 ml of water. If you're using the coconut milk, you only need 200 ml of this. That's right, 200 ml of that. Mix that in. There we go. Now you can see it's starting to look a little bit like a korma already. And we're going to add coconut milk. And we're going to cook this for 10 minutes with the lid on. Give that a stir. Alexa, set 10-minute timer. Right, give that 10 minutes and then we're going to finish it off in the last 10. Right, launched right now, if you didn't already know, the new 30-minute jalfrezi spice blend. So basically you don't need to measure out any spices. Each pack will be able to make 5 curries, 20 individual portions per pack. Contains all the spices you need. You only need 5 tablespoons in the pot and then you're ready to go. They're all in the pack and they're all finest quality. Right, so that's 20 minutes completed and let's see what we're left with. So there's the base of our curry sauce cooking along nicely. So all that's left to do now is get that chicken in there. This is going to bring the temperature down of that sauce, which is what we want to do. Why? Because we're going to add the cream and we don't want the cream to split. Right, mix the chicken through the sauce. Going to add the sugar. Salt, not a lot. Right, I've got 200 ml in here. I'll see whether I need more later, but I think that's all I'm going to need. 200 ml. Give that a gentle stir. Oh my God, that looks beautiful. Right, we're going to leave the lid off. We want to reduce it down just a little bit, thicken it up. Oh God, that looks good already, that. And there's only one more ingredient left. Just a little bit of natural yogurt at the end. So we'll be back again in 10 minutes and ready for the dish up and the taste test. Can't wait. Right, so that's completed the 30 minutes. Alexa, stop. Right, just a few tips. So this is cooked now. Make sure you don't chop up your chicken in too big a chunks. Obviously, because we're cooking this just for 10 minutes, so it stays moist and succulent. Obviously, if you want to make bigger chunks of chicken, these are quite big. Look at that. Just cook it for like 5 minutes extra. But that's not a problem. Right, let's turn that out. Absolutely beautiful. And oh, another tip, remember, the written recipe is always right. Sometimes when I'm live on the camera and it's recording, sometimes I'll point at a spice, think that I put 2 tablespoons, and maybe I put 3. But what I do is I recount it from my notes, and then when I do my edit, it's all perfect. That looks absolutely beautiful. Lots of gravy going on there. The last thing we're going to do is add the natural yogurt, and that's going to give us some nice body. And I think we're just going to put in 2 tablespoons. 1. Excellent. Stir that through. Now we're going to garnish this with just a little sprig of coriander. Don't really put coriander in this curry. And if you wanted to, you can toast some almonds. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually into nuts. So if you like nuts, put your almonds on top, but I don't really want the crunch going on with the curry. So I like my kormas to be nice and silky and smooth and coconutty and sweet. And that's exactly what this is. The only thing I'm going to garnish it with, and if you can get this, it's really nice and it really makes it a nice luxurious twist. I don't expect that you will get it because I got this in Spain. I'll show the camera. But basically it's poor man's saffron and it's called safflower. And basically it looks just like saffron. And why I like it, I mean it offers nothing to the taste, so don't worry if you can't get it. But really what it does is you put these little tiny sprigs of flame across curry, and because it's red it starts to bleed into the yellow. Contrasting that with the sprig of green, it looks absolutely exceptional. Do you know, that drink must have gone to my head. I can't even string a sentence together. What's the thing that's really expensive? Saffron. So if you can get some poor man's saffron, safflower, use it. It's absolutely amazing. Isn't that beautiful? Look how lovely and vibrant and yellow that is. Oh, it's beautiful. And do you know what? This gets thicker the longer it's left, obviously because it's got coconut milk fats in it. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I am aware that I'm using a metal spoon before everybody points it out to me. I don't have a silicone spoon. I'm being very careful not to burn anything, scratch anything. My head ain't with it today, I tell you. Oh, there we go. Now this ain't any old korma now, is it? It actually looks special. Right, so now what we've been working for, the all-important taste test. Now, you korma lovers, I know you're going to like this because I've made it before and I know it's really good. So I'm just going to go in with this nice little bit of chicken. The gravy's the right consistency, the chicken's cooked perfectly. It looks amazing. What does it taste like? Tastes absolutely superb, just as a korma should be. Really nice, just the right level of sweetness. Absolutely amazing. You've got to try this one if you're a korma lover. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to be wrapping up this 30-minute series really soon. Maybe there's a couple more videos to come on it, and then I'm going to take a little break over Christmas. Thanks for all the support. Stay on board, tell your friends and family, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'm Al, and I'm out of here.